Live from Gahanna, WGLH-TV presents Lincoln Live with Reagan Reitz and Jillian Sanders.
Taking time to say thanks to 5 people who have earned it.
Healthcare is obviously an important career field, and some Lincoln students are making the future look bright.
Spring sports have started. Today you'll meet a defending state champion who's gearing up for his title defense.
You're watching Lincoln Live.
Good morning, Lincoln. I'm Jillian Sanders.
And I'm Reagan Reitz. Welcome back to Lincoln Live.
We hope you all had an amazing spring break. We want to start off today by saluting 5 people who help lead our school on a daily basis.
This is Assistant Principal Appreciation Week.
So today we want to take a moment and to thank Mr. Cullen, Mr. Banks, Ms. Locke-Hines,
Ms. Rodanti, and Mr. King. You can always find them in the hallways or in the cafeteria, so make sure you stop and thank them for all that they do to make Lincoln a better place.
Just before spring break, a group of our school called HOSA, Future Health Professionals, had some exciting results at their state competition.
27 students from the Gahanna chapter competed in health career-based events against the rest of the state after moving on from regionals, with 12 students placing in the top 3 and gaining a definite spot at the international competition, and 2 students placing the top 3 in their recognition events.
Winning events were Stella Bradford, Morgan Albert, and Reagan Reitz.
The chapter was also presented with the Gold Emblem Award, which certifies that they are achieving the goals of HOSA.
Here are students who placed in the top 3 in their events.
Congratulations to those students. Prom is on the way, and the first steps of prom court are starting now. The Google form for prom court nominations have been released on your class Google Classroom. There are some requirements, so please check if you meet those. Court voting will start next week, so if you want to place a nomination, please place it by the end of the week. Again, that Google form is in your class Google Classroom.
Our varsity softball team is definitely celebrating this morning. The ladies are now undefeated with a 6-0 record as they picked up another win last night against Mount Vernon, winning 10-0. A complete shutout for our Lady Lions. Ella Esterby was in the circle, keeping the game intact. The team had 13 official hits and almost everyone on the team contributing. Great job, Lions. They will face Marysville tomorrow at home.
Good luck, ladies. Hey, Jillian, do you know who Brandon Carpico is?
I sure do. And our Mia Salmons got to take us onto the tennis courts for the inside scoop.
That's right. We got to find out how he is so dedicated to succeed in his sport and how he wants to continue his success from last season.
Here's Mia.
This is what it looks like most of the time for Brandon.
Last year I only lost 3 matches, so this year hopefully I don't want to lose any, but yeah, some of the wins are easier than others.
Most of the time when Brandon takes the court, he wins. And again, not to say that he hasn't faced a lot of tough opponents and had tough matches, but given the fact that with so many wins, we're kind of expecting that again this year.
Not only did Brandon win the tennis state title last year, but he also tied the all-time record for most wins in a season at Gahanna. There are a few qualities that set Brandon apart from his competitors, and 2 of those qualities are hard work and dedication.
You can really tell how much work he puts in. He's working 24/7 on and off the court with school and with tennis, and you can really see that even with like tough opponents. You can like see the difference in how good he is compared to some of his other players.
Tennis is a year-round sport for him where he has that high-intensity training. Besides the working out, besides the lifting, besides all those things, he just does a lot of tennis all year round.
On top of the many hours Brandon has put into getting to where he is today, he also sets goals for himself on what he still needs to improve on.
Mental game, the mental side of things. Most of my friends know that I can get pretty frustrated kind of quickly. So just improving that, staying more positive on the court, and yeah, that's the thing that I need to work on the most.
Despite there being things Brandon still wants to work on, he is still a standout player from his teammates and opponents.
It's pretty 10-1. He's separated himself quite a bit from everyone else.
There are probably about 4 or 5 guys in the entire state of Ohio that I would say on any given night could compete with him. That's not to say that he couldn't beat those guys, but would give him a really good match. But most matches this year, I would say he's going to be highly favored, and if he plays the game that he's capable of playing, he's going to come away with a win. And we're hoping, obviously, for an undefeated season, which is a very rare thing in tennis.
There is no doubt that Brandon will have a very successful season due to his tireless commitment and love for the sport. This is Mia Sammons for Lincoln Live.
Thanks, Mia.
Hey Jill, I see we are joined by one of our favorite people.
And who is that?
Juju Grubich, of course.
Oh yeah. Hey Juju, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. So what do you have for us?
Well, speaking of spring sport athletes, another one is making impressive moves as well. Kenzie Strebe from the girls lacrosse team was hand-selected to play for the Polish U20 national team in Berlin, Germany. Before she went, she had to learn Polish words to be able to communicate to her players on the field. Despite the language barrier, Kenzie participated in faced 16 teams and got second place against the Czech Republic. Here is Kenzie to explain how grateful she is of the opportunity.
This trip was really important to me because I was able to dive into my Polish heritage a little more, and I've never really been able to do that directly. It was really fun and interesting to navigate the block in translations because I obviously speak English and they all speak Polish. But once we got a hang of communicating with each other in Polish on the field and then English off the field, it was some of the best lacrosse I've ever had the privilege to play in.
Thanks, Kenzie. The film and documentary classes are working on their long-format documentaries that cover serious and important topics. There are 2 stories you may be interested in being interviewed for. First, attention girls. Have you ever been verbally harassed or catcalled? Chances are you probably have. But would you like to share your story to call attention to this issue? If so, email Lex Rady or Sophia Gustafson, or stop down to the TV studio and get their information from Mr. Lowry. Also, many students have jobs, but some of you work out of necessity because you need to help pay the bills at home. If this applies to you, the film and documentary class would like to salute you by telling your story. Again, if you're interested, see Albany Malone or stop by the TV studio and pick up information from Mr. Lowry. Attention Beekeeping Club. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so your meeting this week has been changed to Thursday from 3 o'clock until 4:45 in H121. You'll meet there and then head to the hives for a spring high inspection. Don't forget your gloves. Well, that's all for me. Back to Jill and Reagan at the news desk.
Thanks, Jill. Have a great rest of your day.
Well, Lincoln, that's all we have for you today.
We hope you have an amazing rest of your week.
Bye.